Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Classics with Courtney, and happy 4th of July, everybody. Today, I'll be taking a look at The Best Years of Our Lives, released in 1946, directed by William Wyler, and starring Dana Andrews, Teresa Wright, Frederick March, Myrna Loy, Virginia Mayo, and introducing Harold Russell and Kathy O'Donnell. Our story begins as Captain Fred Derry is looking to return home and ends up going home with sailor Homer Parrish and Al Stevenson, all who live in the same town.
My name's Fred Derry.
Al Stevenson.
And this is Homer... What is it, Homer?
Parrish.
Glad to know you.
Glad to know you, Sarge. You from Boone, too?
Yeah, I sure am.
How long since you've been home?
Oh, a couple of centuries.
You married, Al?
Yep,
How long?
20 years.
20 years? Holy smoke.
The three men arrive in town, excited to be there, and yet all anxious to meet their loved ones.
It's the fourth house from here. I wonder if Wilma's home. Say, how about the three of us going back to Butcher's place? We'll have a couple of drinks and then we can go home.
You're home now, kid.
It's Homer! Mama, Mama, Daddy, it's Homer!
Where's Mom?
Who's that at the door, Peggy?
Hello, Pop.
But gee, I wish we'd known you were coming. We'd have had the place kind of cleaned up. Well, haven't you got anything to say to your own son?
Glad to see you, my boy.
What's so powerful about these moments is that they're all different from each other, and I'm sure it was all relatable, especially at that time period. Not to mention how the families reacted as well, because you didn't know how your men was going to come home. Some of them might come home unscarred physically, but scarred mentally. Some may have come back both, and you just didn't know what to expect. But yet, it didn't matter because the families who cared about the men wanted to see them back regardless. And I think this movie really shows the emotional point of view of both the families and the men that were reuniting. At night, after everyone is reunited, mostly, the men end up gradually meeting up at Butch's bar, run by Homer's uncle, played by Hoagie Carmichael.
What are you talking about?
Oh, my Yankees back. Hiya, Bub. How do you do?
Al, this is my Uncle Butch.
What? Oh, I hear you got a new neon sign, huh?
Indeed.
Good for you, huh? Now the party can really get started, eh?
After Fred is dropped off at the hotel and yet cannot get in, the women decide to take him home for the night, and both women help the men get into bed.
You'll be comfortable here.
Sure, Mom. Night.
Night, dear.
As everyone sleeps, Fred ends up having a nightmare and it awakens Peggy.
Come on, get out!
Fred, wake up.
Get out!
Go back to sleep. Go back to sleep. Go back to sleep, Fred. There's nothing to be afraid of. All you have to do is go to sleep. Rest. Go to sleep. Go to sleep, Fred.
I believe this was one of the first, if not the first film to show the PTSD from armed men at that time. It is such an incredible, gut-wrenching scene, and Dana Andrews acts the heck out of the scene. I also got to give a shout out to the lovely Teresa Wright in this moment as well. Keeps her composure, and yet when she gets him settled down, she brings her tone of voice to a whisper and wipes his brow. It's a very sweet moment that shows that she is a strong woman, and yet she's also maternal. She can be, right there in that moment and go, okay, it's all right, calm down. But then once the scene is done, she brings herself down to a maternal voice, and it's such a sweet moment, and I think both of them did an incredible job here. The following morning after breakfast, Peggy takes Fred back to the apartment to meet his wife, Marie, while Millie tends to Al.
Am I really home?
Looks like it. And you're going to be royally treated. You're having breakfast in bed. It's your breakfast? I have work to do. Goodbye, Fred.
Bye.
Say, what's the big
Hiya, babe.
Oh, you're marvelous. All those ribbons. You got to tell me what they all mean, but not now.
We want you back here with us, Al.
Oh, it's very nice of you, Mr. Milton, but I noticed Steve's sitting at my old desk. I wouldn't want to push him out.
Steve's will stay right there. You're moving up.
That's Ray Collins as Mr. Milton. I've seen him in quite a few movies, including Leave Her to Heaven, The Heiress, and Summer Stock. Meanwhile, Homer keeps to himself while his family and Wilma worry.
I wish there was something I knew to do for him. His mother and I have tried to make him feel at home, but he just keeps to himself.
We're all right, aren't we?
No. Listen to me, Homer.
I'm listening.
You wrote me that when you got home, you and I were going to be married. If you wrote that once, you wrote it 100 times. Isn't that true?
Yes, but things are different now.
Fred explains to Marie their financial issues, to the annoyance of Marie.
What's the matter, honey? You sick or something?
No, dear. Broke.
Bro,
You got it.
well, what happened? Where did it go to?
We spent it, babe.
Can't you get those things out of your system?
Oh, sure.
Maybe that's what's holding you back. You know, the war's over. You won't get any place till you stop thinking about it. Come on, snap out of it.
Okay, honey, I'll do that.
Snap out of it. Just snap out of it. Sure. I mean, Fred was only a bomber in World War II and saw things that would scar a man for life. But sure, he'll snap out of it. Fred gets a job at a perfume counter, and Al handles a client at his bank who needs a loan.
I see you were in the Navy.
Yes, sir.
And now you want to buy a farm.
Yes, sir.
What can you put up in the way of property? You got any stocks and bonds, real estate, valuables of any kind?
No, Mr. Stevenson. You see, the point is I haven't got any property. That's why I want the loan, so I can get the property.
As I was saying, Mr. Novak, there is an element of risk involved. We'll have to have the property appraised, but you'll get your loan.
Doll, remember that this is not our money we're doling out. It belongs to our depositors. We can't gamble with it.
While going to say hi to Fred, both Fred and Peggy go out for lunch on Fred's break. Peggy then gets an idea. Meanwhile, Al and Millie go to a party held by Mr. Milton from the bank.
I think I was going to have my own home. Just a nice little house with my wife and me out in the country, in the suburbs anyway.
Just asking Peggy about Fred's wife.
Never mind, Mom. I know what you're both thinking. You're afraid I may be in love with Fred.
Are you in love with him?
Yes, but I don't want to be. That's why I asked him and his wife to go out with us this evening.
I love the Corn Belt Loan and Trust Company.
There are some who say that the old bank is suffering from hardening of the arteries and of the heart. I refuse to listen to such radical talk. I say that our bank is alive, it's generous, it's human. And we're going to have such a line of customers seeking and getting small loans that people will think we're gambling with the depositor's money.
Poor Fred. I guess you think he's an awful sourpuss. He didn't used to be that way, though. Army's had an awful effect on him. Knocked all the life out of him. You can't have happy marriages on that kind of dough.
After returning home, Peggy drops a bombshell on her parents.
I'm going to break that marriage up. I can't stand it seeing Fred tied to a woman he doesn't love. And who doesn't love him. He doesn't love her, he hates her. I know it. I know it.
Who are you, God? How did you get this power to interfere in other people's lives?
That's probably what she thought when she married him. A smooth operator with money in his pockets. But now he isn't smooth any longer and she's lost interest in him.
Whereas you're possessed of all the wisdom of the ages.
I can see because I love him. You never had any trouble of any kind. So how can you possibly understand how it is with Fred and me?
How many times have I told you I hated you and believed it in my heart? How many times have you said you were sick and tired of me, that we were all washed up? How many times have we had to fall in love all over again?
I really like the back and forth dialogue between Peggy and her father here. It is relatable and both are not evil in their intent. Unlike other films who might show something like a parent getting into a relationship that has no business getting into a relationship, or, you know, someone manipulating something for the sake of manipulating. This movie doesn't do that. That shows the relationships and everything that comes to this point. We see both sides. We as the audience know that Peggy is right for Fred. She is great with him. She is patient and she loves him for who he is. It doesn't matter if he has money or doesn't have money. She loves him for who he is. She sees his wife, Marie, as a selfish woman, and she knows that Fred is no longer happy with her. So we understand why she wants to do what she wants to do. And in a way, I think we do kind of back her on that. But on the other hand, Al telling his daughter that it's none of your business, it has nothing to do with you, you shouldn't get involved, is also right. He's a father trying to look out for his daughter's well-being. He likes Fred, but he doesn't want to see his child hurt. It is relatable. I also love that moment where Al asks her, "Who do you think you are? God?" I think that is such a great line, and it is right smack. It's just so relatable. You can use that anywhere. It still goes on in real life when people want to do something and you're imposing as if you are playing God, and you should not do that. And I just love the way that line was delivered. I love the back and forth between the two, and I even love the subdued part when, you know, she tells her parents, "Well, you don't understand what it's like for, you know, Fred and me." And she's put in her place by her mother, but not in a mean way. Her mother understands. And yet she's telling her, "Look, you can't talk to us this way because we do understand." So it's just such a great scene, and all three of them are so great together. It's a great moment. While at work, Fred chats with Homer and both get into a situation.
It's terrible when you see a guy like you that had to sacrifice himself. And for what?
And for what?
We were pushed into war.
Sure, by the Japs and the Nazis, so we had...
Oh, the Germans and the Japs had nothing against us. They just wanted to fight the Limeys and the Reds. And they would have whipped them, too. We didn't get deceived into it by a bunch of radicals in Washington.
So we should have been on the side of the Japs and the Nazis, eh?
Again, I say, just look at the facts.
I've seen a couple of facts. I've seen a ship go down and over 400 of my shipmates went with it.
See it, chum. The customer's always right, so I'm fired. But this customer wasn't right. I'll meet you outside in a minute, kid. Will you do me a favor, Homer?
Sure, Fred. What is it?
But I'm telling you to go see Wilma now. Take her in your arms, kiss her, ask her to marry you, then marry her.
My family want me to go away. Tomorrow.
Where?
Up to Silver Lake at my Aunt Vera's place.
I want you to be free, Wilma. To live your own life. I don't want you tied down forever just because you've got a kind heart.
Oh, Homer. Why can't you ever understand the way things really are? The way I really feel. I keep trying to tell you.
I want you to come up and see for yourself what happens. I've learned how to take this harness off. I can wiggle into my pajama top. I'm lucky I have my elbows. Some of the boys don't. But I can't button them up.
I'll do that, Homer.
My hands are down there on the bed. I can't put them on again without calling to somebody for help. I can't smoke a cigarette or read a book. If that door should blow shut, I can't open it and get out of this room. Now you have an idea of what it is. I guess you don't know what to say. It's all right. Go on home. Go away like your family said.
I know what to say, Homer. I love you. And I'm never going to leave you.
You mean you didn't mind?
Of course not. I told you I loved you.
I love you, Wilma. I always have, and I always will.
Fred goes looking for a job, but to no avail, and his wife Marie ends up leaving him. Fred then decides to leave town for good.
Now listen, Fred. You're not going to get anywhere with that attitude. I told you, Cliff Scully's an old friend of mine. He's asked me out, and I'm going out. And if you don't like it, you know what you can do.
You heard me, chum. Get out. Another ex-serviceman, huh? Greetings, brother. Have you had any trouble getting readjusted?
None in particular. It's easy if you just take everything in your stride.
That's what I've heard.
I've given you every chance to make something of yourself. I gave up my own job when you asked me. I gave up the best years of my life, and what have you done? You flopped. Couldn't even hold that job in the drugstore. So I'm going back to work for myself, and that means I'm going to live for myself, too. And in case you don't understand English, I'm going to get a divorce.
There's a need here for fellas like yourself that fought and won the war. I know you haven't had the best of breaks since you got back, but, well, seems like you ought to stick here and slug it out a while longer on your own home ground.
Fred goes to the airplane area and decides to try and take on a job in the scrapping of the airplanes. Meanwhile, Homer and Wilma prepare for their marriage.
Do you know anything about building?
No, but there's one thing I do know. I know how to learn, same as I learned that job up there.
Hello, Fred. Nice to see you again.
Hello, Peggy. Nice to see you.
Wilt thou have this woman to thy wedded wife?
I will.
Wilma, wilt thou have this man to thy wedded husband?
I will.
For better, for worse, for richer, for poorer.
For better, for worse, for richer, for poorer.
In sickness and in health, to love and to cherish till death us do part.
In sickness and in health, to love and to cherish till death do us do part.
You know what it'll be, don't you, Peggy? It may take us years to get anywhere. We'll have no money, no decent place to live. We'll have to work, get kicked around.
And that was the best years of our lives. And guys, I really do love this movie. I saw this movie, I think, around 2 years ago, and sadly, I am ashamed to say that I did not appreciate it. I think I might have thought it was a bit too long, and I just didn't appreciate the movie. However, I never forgot that moment of Dana Andrews when he has that nightmare. So I went back to watching it this year, and this time it was a different feeling. I got emotional during it, and I loved the story. I loved the characters. I just loved everything about it, and it became easily one of my favorites very quickly, and I ended up buying the DVD probably shortly after that. I even introduced this movie to my dad on Memorial Day, and he even liked it. And of course I had to ask him, out of the 3 storylines, which one did he prefer? And he said probably the storyline between Homer and Wilma. The film would end up sweeping the Oscars that year in 1947, including Best Picture, Best Actor for Fredric March, 2 Oscars for Harold Russell for Best Actor in a Supporting Role and Honorary Award, Best Director to William Wyler, and then I believe it's Best Film Editing, Sound Recording, and Screenplay, as well as Best Music by Hugo Friedhofer. Aside from all of that, there's also another big thing to talk about with this movie, and that's the casting. The casting in this movie is incredible. Harold Russell never acted a day in his life before this movie, and you couldn't tell. He just gives such an authentic performance, and it's incredible, and he just does an amazing job. Kathy O'Donnell, who's probably best remembered for her role as Ben-Hur's sister in Ben-Hur from 1959, is such a darling in this thing. She is cute, she's sweet, she is patient, but she also is fragile. She's heartbroken whenever he pushes her away, and she just does a fantastic job. My favorite couple, however, would be Dana Andrews and Teresa Wright. They both have such great chemistry. They're both darling together. Teresa Wright is one of my kind of favorites. I have seen her in Shadow of a Doubt, directed by Alfred Hitchcock, which is incredible, one of my favorites. I've also seen her in Mrs. Miniver, but that was another movie I saw once, and I'm thinking of trying to give it another go because it's been years since I've seen that. And I since have seen her, I believe, in a couple other things. I also loved her in the Alfred Hitchcock Hour, I believe, where she becomes kind of terrorized by Bruce Dern. It's a really good performance, and she's just such a sweetheart. Dana Andrews also does a very good job with his role. He can be sweet, he can be tough. I've seen him in several movies, and I still don't like the fact that, spoiler alert, he plays the bad guy in Ball of Fire with Barbara Stanwyck. Why? You're better as a good guy, not the bad guy. But of course, his most remembered role would be the detective in Laura with Gene Tierney. But he's just so good in this, and I feel like this really established him not only as the tough guy, but he also could get emotional. That moment where he has the nightmare and then he comes out of it and he weeps in bed, it's just so heartbreaking. He does an amazing job. Last but not least, I want to talk about Fredric March and Myrna Loy as Al and Millie Stevenson. Both, once again, they are so stinking cute. And Al, you don't really know too much of what he did, but he does drink a lot. So whatever he did in war affected him. And even though it's sad, there's a lot of moments that it's very amusing when he gets that, influenced by the alcohol. Especially when they go out to Homer's uncle's. I can't even remember what the establishment was. Sorry. But he's dancing with Millie, and they have that cute little dialogue.
You're a bewitching little creature. In a way, you remind me of my wife.
But you never told me you're married.
Oh, I got a little woman, 2 kiddies back there in the States.
But let's not think of them now.
Oh, you're so right. This night belongs only to us.
I also love the next day when he's kind of looking around the room and then he jumps in the shower and then freaks out because he realizes he didn't take his clothes off. So there's a lot of funny moments in this movie, which is another thing I wanted to bring up, is the humor. The movie does have a lot of charm and a lot of drama, but the movie also has humor to it.
So you're Al's daughter.
Yes, I've been that as long as I can remember.
You don't seem like Al's daughter.
Actually, I'm not. He's my son by a previous marriage.
That's the type of thing people ought to be thinking about these days.
All right, I promise I'll get right to work on it. And there's one thing I've been wanting to ask you.
You ask it, Peggy. You mustn't feel shy with me.
Why don't you call your wife?
I don't know her number. I couldn't find it in the phone book. Where are we all going now?
Don't ask. We want it to be a surprise. They make a lovely couple, don't they?
Yeah, I think they'll be very happy together.
Who are you?
Don't you remember? I'm Peggy.
Oh, yes. Peggy.
I'm not that Peggy.
Oh, it's so bad.
Among my souvenirs, among my...
I really appreciate the humor in this movie, and I do think that it goes overlooked with a lot of the other stuff, which I get because the drama is the biggest thing that we focus on. But I love those little, clever moments of humor. It gives the film its light weight, and it's just so good. And that wraps up my review of The Best Years of Our Lives from 1946. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of this movie. Is it one of your favorites? What storyline did you like the most? And let me know if you have any requests, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye! Have a great, wonderful day, and happy 4th of July.